Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Azospirillum. It is a genus of bacteria that plays a major role in plant growth and health. What makes Azospirillum interesting is that it isn't a pathogen and it doesn't form complex nodules on plant roots like other nitrogen fixating bacteria would. Instead, it works from the outside, living along the plant roots and quietly influencing plant growth in powerful ways. Because it connects microbiology to real issues like crop yield and soil sustainability, it's a great example of how important microbes are in agriculture. To start with, what Azospirillum looks like is what I have drawn here. So these bacteria are gram-negative and they are shaped like rods. Sometimes they could be a little bit more curved. They have an outer membrane and a thin peptoglycan layer, and a periplasmic space. I try to represent that here with the thin peptoglycan layer and the periplasmic space. We have our circular DNA here. Um, and then one of the key features and what makes Azospirillum so unique is its way that it moves. So Azospirillum has a polar flagellum, which develop at the ends and that is what they use for swimming. It can also develop, though, multiple lateral flagella, which are these guys on the sides of it. And that's what helps them move along the plant roots. And this motility helps bacteria reach what's called the rhizosphere. And what that it is an active soil zone around plant roots where nutrients, like oxygen and plant chemicals, are constantly changing. Instead of entering plant cells, Azospirillum sticks within this root surface and forms biofilms, which give it the bacteria the sustainability and protection while they carry out all of its important functions. Speaking of important functions, the most important process Azospirillum is known for is going to be nitrogen fixation. This is how the bacteria convert nitrogen gas from the atmosphere into ammonia. This is a form that plants can use. So the enzyme is responsible for this is called nitrogenase, and it's made up of two main proteins that work together that use ATP and electrons that break the nitrogen triple bonds, which is extremely difficult to do. That's what makes this nitrogen fixation a high energy and specialized process. Nitrogenase can only function in low oxygen environments. So Azospirillum protects it by locating itself in microaerophilic pockets along the root and by lowering oxygen levels through respiration. Once nitrogen is converted into ammonia, that ammonia becomes available to the rhizosphere. And that is not only for the roots to absorb, but the soil and other microbes can use this to transform into different forms of nitrogen. So it kind of creates this nice little ecosystem down at the base of the plant root there. As far as Aspergillium goes, it belongs to the alpha protobacteria and includes a species. It includes a couple of species, sorry if I mispronounce this, Brazilianzine and Lipophorum. These bacteria have a circular chromosome and often carry a plasmid that contain genes related to nitrogen fixation. I tried to represent that here. I got a lot of ribosomes in the fluid here or in the matrix. We have my circular DNA there that helps promote all of those proteins for nitrogen fixation. Their closest relatives lives in environments where levels constantly shift, which helps explain why Azospirillum has adapted so well to the conditions nearest to the plant roots. Let's see. Beyond nitrogen fixation, Azospirillum also influences plant growth through other hormone production. It produces an 3-acetic acid, which is a plant hormone that increases root branching. So it also helps the plants develop more roots. And it also produces cytokines and gibberellin, gibberellins, which help the cell division and shoot development. And an enzyme called ACC deaminase that helps plants tolerate stress by lowering ethylene levels down there in the soil. So together, all of these effects that Aspergillium has on the plant roots leads to stronger, larger root systems that take up more water and nutrients, thereby helping the plant grow more efficiently. So this bacteria also interacts with other microbes. Sometimes it competes for nutrients, but it also contributes to nutrient cycling by releasing ammonia. So its biofilm also allows it to coexist with decomposers and other bacteria that form small communities that influence how nutrients move throughout that rhizonosphere there at the base of the roots. In agriculture, Asbospirillum has become a valuable biofertilizer. It's commonly applied as a seed coating or soil inoculant in crops like corn, wheat, rice, sugarcane, and various grasses. Um, Several studies have shown that plants treated with this Asbospirillum biofertilizer they grow larger, they have improved nutrient uptake, and they produce high yields. One of the biggest benefits is that farmers can reduce their use of synthetic nitrogen fertilizers, which saves money and it decreases environmental population. Since Asbospirillum doesn't require a specific host, plant, or root nodule, it is flexible and easy to use at a large scale, making it a leading microbial tool for sustainable farming. And then finally, Azospirillum is a great example of how small organisms could have a big impact on plant health and soil ecosystems. Its ability to fix nitrogen, support root development, and adapt to different environments makes it valuable in both natural and agricultural settings. Understanding microbes like Azospirillum helps us see how interconnected soil life really is and how these microscopic organisms influence the symptoms we depend on every day. Thanks for listening. My name is Joseph Martini, and I'm going to just give a little close-up of this guy here. Again, we have the polar flagella, the lateral flagella over here. We kind of have the inside of the cell here with its circular DNA, lots of ribosomes because it's performing so many different tasks, and it needs all of those different proteins to perform those tasks to help make enzymes and things of that nature as well. And so I'm gonna just hold it up to the camera there so you can see a little bit better. All right, and so that is my bacteria, Asbospirillum. Thank you for listening.